Congrats on the win. My question is for Page. Through these last 3 games, you have had a real impact on both the defensive games and offensive end. What's been clicking for you in this system?
Just getting back to like playing how I know how to play and just playing free and within the flow, not forcing anything. And I think nobody forces anything. So it makes it easier to just get open shots because we're going to keep moving it till we get a great shot. We run the floor, everybody's rotating, and that's just how I instinctually play. So it's been a pretty easy transition.
Third quarter specifically today. Third
Mhm.
So, what
Well, the Posts were getting a lot of deflections and it led to easy transition buckets. Or they were just scrambling, not matched up with who they wanted to be, and we were able to exploit that. So it really started there with the Posts guarding really well, getting their hands on balls and tipping them out, and then we were able to scoop them up and run the other side. And then, Courtney has to continue to flip my mindset of just being a reverser and a decoy in the corner and stuff like that, and get back to looking for my shot. And so that's what we talked about at halftime, and I think in the third quarter came out and try to show that.
where's the defensive buy-in? Like, Saturday and start day one, practice, like what's the work we put that?
I mean, it starts with Cheryl for sure, but I think our anchor is Lan. Like, I think that just her ability to dictate every possession, along with Fee, but just her energy and her aggression on the ball, like making it hard for the post players to reverse the ball and getting deflections, things like that, allows us to really dictate as guards. But I think everything starts with our post players, like their ability to be up in passing lanes and dictate. It's really, really hard, and that's something that it doesn't always show up on the stat sheet, but just her energy and awareness on every possession is really great for us.
So just what do you do to prepare for defensive schemes in the season? So you're watching film. What is it that has allowed you to kind of fit in as seamlessly as you have right away?
At the end of the day, I feel like it's just about playing hard and competing, making it difficult, and doesn't have anything to do with schemes. It's just about heart and about effort and about wanting to do that, and then everything else kind of just falls into place. Everyone does the same things, so it's not like it's that difficult to adjust to a new team just guarding the same people. But I just feel like it's just playing hard, and I'm able to just really lock in on the ball or whoever I'm guarding because I trust that behind me everyone's going to be there rotating and have my back if I do get clipped. But as long as everyone's doing it at 100% effort, then I feel like we're going to be great.
How meaningful is this team a plan B in all these instances? Tisha comes in and gives you these extra minutes when Courtney gets your fourth foul, and with Masha coming off the bench, it would be this extra big. Do you feel how important is it to have those plan Bs, and do you feel like this team has, let's say, more plan Bs even than last week?
Yeah, I mean, it's just next man up mentality. And I think that we're all on the same page. So whoever comes in, they're just going to do their job to the best of their ability. And we have a lot of trust in that. We've been in enough situations and we've had enough experiences together that we pick each other up. Obviously we're down the best player in the league right now. So everybody has to be a little bit more engaged, do a little bit more. And I was really proud of Mosh and then T too. I mean, it's hard coming off the bench. You don't know, if Courtney's on the heater, you might only play 10 minutes. And then today, I thought she was really impactful for us, just her pace and her ability to get to the rim. And that's just her being a pro. And that's what we've seen from T over the last 2 years too. So there's just so much trust, whether she's playing with me, with Nay, like it doesn't matter. And that's the great thing about this group is that we really don't care who gets the credit or what's happening. We all just want to be great for one another and hold ourselves accountable first to what we need to do to be great. So that's the best part about it is that we're really just hooping. And that's why it feels so good, and that's why it's very seamless for somebody like Nay to come in and just kind of do her thing because we're all doing our thing and we have a lot of belief in that. Oh my gosh, yes.
Reacted that way. I mean, have you felt that big difference, just energy wise?
Yeah, it helps. I mean, as somebody who's gone against Nay on the other side, knowing that that's the person that's behind me or next to me, guarding Sabrina or taking a little bit of that load off, it helps a lot. And so I'm very, very grateful. And I told Cheryl it's like a luxury to have that, just somebody who's just as competitive and able to, just get up into somebody and dictate the way that she can. And then also just her ability. That's something that I'm very, very thankful for. And just her willingness to compete on both ends of the floor too. Like it's not easy. It's not easy in this league to have somebody who has a great IQ, but also wants to work on both ends of the floor. So very, very grateful for that for sure. Thank you.
Sure. Should be the defensive player of the year. You're she should be trying.
I think Land does more for us that doesn't show up on the stat sheet than probably any other player in the league. Like sometimes it doesn't show up on the stat sheet, but her ability to put her body on the line and just the awareness and the competition level that she has on a nightly basis for us is priceless. We can put her on anybody. We can ask her to switch. We can ask her to hedge. We can ask her to rebound, shoot threes, and run the floor as well. And there's never like a second thought. It's just we know Land's going to give it to us 100%. So I think. Yeah, I think she should be in the conversation and just her ability to get deflections, her length, block shots, steals. I thought that third quarter she really dictated for us, just getting her hands on the ball. When they were trying to reverse it, she got a couple deflections, which allowed us to get in transition. She changed the game, and that doesn't show up on the stat sheet. You know what I'm saying? But just her ability to do that at a high level is priceless for us.
What did you do? Just two with the ball. She played a lot of them.
Yeah, Mosh has been the best player in Russia for like a decade. I got a chance to play with her overseas, but she also knows those players. She played with Stewie, she played with Emma, she played with JJ for 3 years. So she's been in those practices, and I think that Cheryl had confidence throwing her in there. And I have a lot of confidence in her and her ability. But I was really happy for her. It's been up and down. Obviously, we have the best player in the league, go down and Jess got a little knocked up. So for her to come out there and just kind of be like this in this type of game, this type of environment, just as the type of player she is. So super happy for her.
Both of you.
Yeah, for sure. I think that's how we want to treat it. It's a weird schedule, 9 days and 3 games, but I don't know what that's about. But I am excited for the challenge. I think that you kind of treat it like that. You get to know a team, what they like to do, getting their play calls and stuff like that. I think it's good for both teams. So yeah, it'll be good competitive basketball over the next 10 days, and looking forward to it.
That's all. That's this, but she played the great sisters played and well, so I think the first one.
I don't think there was a specific play that was my favorite. I think it was just that burst in the third quarter. We were just getting tips and then getting out, and it was T one time, it was Nate one time, it was me one time, and that's how you want to play. That's fun, That's like the best part about it, because you're not thinking, you're not scheming, you're just hooping, and I think that was like the best part of it. That was when I got the most. That's where I was exerting the most energy, but it wasn't even playing; it was being excited, So it was a lot of fun. That's what you want it to feel like. So that was my favorite part.
Yeah, for me, I don't really want to compare, but I feel like both teams had completely different personnel. So it was completely different styles, systems, everything. But this one is definitely very conducive to my style of play as well. And I'm enjoying being a part of it.
Congratulations to both of you, DiJonai. You came up against Alana Smith as an opponent a number of times, and now you're a teammate. You've mentioned that things don't show up on the stat sheet with her, but 9 rebounds, 7 assists, 4 steals, 3 blocks probably hasn't been on too many stat sheets in league history. What was your perception and opinion of her when you were an opponent of hers compared to what you've seen in the past week or so as a teammate?
I mean, I know what Lan could do. I was her teammate for 3 years in college, and she might have been Pac-12 player of the year. Like, Lan was a hooper in college too. Early first round draft pick. So this is what she does. It's just she doesn't get the notoriety for it. But this is truly how she plays. And, I've known that on her team as an opponent, and now obviously on her team again. The way that she impacts the game on both sides of the ball, high IQ, she's able to space the floor, she's able to put it on the floor, she's able to guard taller, bigger, stronger post players and post players who can stretch the floor. So just her versatility and her ability to, like Max said and I said, just impact the game at multiple levels. She was on triple double watch tonight, so that's really rare from your 5 player.
Since this is a rivalry week, would you say that you guys feel like this is a rivalry?
I mean, everybody watched the finals last year, and everybody knows like it was eerie. Like I said this in the locker room, it was eerie coming back. This is the first time we've been back since Game 5, which so that's weird. But I mean, rivalries they're built, and I think we're still building that. And today it felt like it, but I don't want to call it that, until we have more moments like that.
And what's your perspective since you're new to the team?
Look, I don't know what it is yet. I watched the finals just like y'all.
Thank you.
All right.